You know, I have this view of like wrapping up this show because I think on Friday, if we start off and allow everybody to hear the second song on the Friday show.
That sounds like a plan.
And then you speak in French and I'll explain to the guys what you're saying. And you can interview them and I'll just be your translator.
That'll work perfectly.
Very good.
That will not work, but that's okay.
It's going to feel viral.
Like a sickness?
Yeah, diseases also feel viral.
Says the coughing man.
Yeah. I know what viral feels like.
Yeah.
Bienvenidos!
No, that's...
Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
What do they say in French?
Bienvenue.
Oh my goodness, I'm already off to a bad start, but that's not true for you because you're watching the BeatiDudes. And here we go, guys. This is a show for Christian men seeking to walk closer to the Lord, but doing it together with authentic fraternity. I'm Jeff. I'm joined today by two awesome co-hosts that are always here with me. Nick Bezner.
I'm so happy you get to hear this episode, guys.
Thank you. Yes, I am too. And Paul Kolker.
Très bien.
Yes.
It's very, very well. That's all. I'm just the only French I know. I'm trying. I'm being judged, but I'm trying.
Well, by the time this is done, we're going to learn a lot of French because we're going to be here with Pierre, who traveled here to be with us today, but not from France, from someplace called, I think, Connecticut, right, Pierre? Yeah, when you nod your head, that works out really well.
That's great for a podcast.
Do you mind, guys, if we do that in French? Because I'm having a hard time following you.
Yes, you know, I did type out, no joke, how to do my entire intro in French. And I was looking at it, I was like, I don't even know what sounds to make with the back of my throat. It was just a lot of...
That sounds more German. Are you sure you didn't?
I think you would have nailed it.
Thank you for that vote of confidence. I want to talk to y'all for a second about travel.
Why, Jeff? Why do you want to talk about travel?
Two things. One is that on Monday I woke up and I was driving to work and it said, "What time do you get to Des Moines tomorrow?" on my email. And I'm like, why would I go to Des Moines tomorrow? A speech that got booked a year before and then no contact. And I'm not mad at anybody for this, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be in Des Moines on Tuesday night giving a talk. So I started my day in Des Moines. It's 8 a.m. when this is being recorded. I started my day in Des Moines this morning.
You woke up in Des Moines.
I did.
Wow.
I did. Yeah, pretty wild. So the saga continues of my life. But I gave a speech. It worked.
Good.
Yeah, it actually went really well. But I have something to tell you.
Yeah.
At my old company, this is now 6 years ago, I made a proclamation one day that blew everybody's minds. I said, do you know when I travel, I like to be in 2 cities on the same day?
Yeah.
And then I was explained to me that's the definition of travel. And I sat there in my head, you've seen this look before, like,
yeah.
What? I was like, wait, that is travel. That's not what I mean at all. And what I was trying to say to people was like, if I'm going to travel that day, I try to travel so early or so late that my day is mostly spent in just one city. But just so you know, the streak continues that today is a travel day, so I've been in 2 cities in the same day.
So good, Jeff. I'm
That's
proud.
what I like to do.
I'm proud of the way that you travel.
I don't know what you guys do.
I mostly spend my time in one city.
Can we move to the next topic? Because I have a plane to catch.
Where are you going next?
I'm going to Houston next.
I'm sorry.
Not too far.
Not too far. Have you ever been to France?
Yes. I mean, friends came to me, but...
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Pierre Ferragu.
Ferragu.
Does it mean something?
It means like being a good sword.
Sword?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
A Ferragu.
I've been called a good sword before.
I like that.
Sharp on both sides.
Cuts both ways.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Sturdy and...
Dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Could be swung over someone's head.
Even just saying dangerous with a French accent makes it more dangerous.
Right? It sounds awesome.
Pierre is now a longtime friend of ours. We've had many meals and some drinks. I even spilled a big glass of red wine on his white pants. You're wearing white pants today. Are those the same pants?
They are the same. They are my Jeff's pants.
Jeff likes to leave his mark on people.
Man, I was like, why do you wear white pants?
For my red wine.
He's trying to be classy to talk about like a glass of wine. That was like a pint of beer.
I think that is true, but it smelled bad. on you.
It did.
Yes. No, so we've been friends for a while, but Pierre, you're doing something super cool. Like, you didn't grow up as a theater kid that thought that someday I'm going to be a musical producer, but somehow you are now the producer of an incredible musical coming to America. Can you tell us about this?
Yes. About my upbringing very far away from theater.
First of all, why tell me about the musical first. We're going to go
start
backwards.
with the musical and go backwards.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the musical first. So we're going to have our opening night on February 19th next year in Chicago. And the musical is about Bernadette Soubirous, Saint Bernadette, the teenager who in Lourdes in the middle of the 19th century came back from a grotto, like a dark, dirty grotto, a bad place, actually, a place where men would typically go to meet hookers.
Yep.
Wow.
And she came back from the grotto. She's 14, she looks 11, and she says, "Oh, I saw a lady in white." And she tells the priest, "Well, the lady in white asked that you come to her in a procession and that you build a chapel on top of the grotto," and that kind of things. And the whole story lasts like just a few weeks. Like, it's just over Lent. It just lasts for Lent. And the whole population, authorities, Bernadette's parents, the police, the priest, the crowd, all move from disbelief to belief. And the show is really focused on the character of Bernadette. She actually was like a very witty, very strong character, and the beauty of her story is that it's extremely well documented because she got interrogated by everybody, and we've kept like the record of all the interrogations, and that's really the story of the show. So how did I end up producing that show? I'm a Wall Street guy.
Oh, perfect. We understand the connection already. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
We hang out.
I have nothing to do with the musical. I only sing at mass, always out of tune. I'm really not an artist. But like 4 years ago, I met a group of people in France who developed that musical. Like the musical has already been produced in France in a French version.
And really popular.
It worked very well. It played in Lourdes first. I thought that was a good business idea to do
place,
like a musical in Lourdes
Not a
about
bad
Saint
place.
Bernadette. Like,
That's incredible.
you might sell some tickets. But they did it in Lourdes, and then after that they came to Paris, and then they toured in France, in very secular France. And the most beautiful aspect of that story, of the story of the musical, is that actually the secular press in France, that can be extremely secular and like plainly anti-religious, anti-Christian, actually wrote very positive critics and reviews.
I have a French culture question. That's partially because the show is phenomenally written. The music's amazing. Like, it's an amazing production, a Broadway-level production. But is there also a connection that the people of France still have a connection to Our Lady of Lourdes, even if they are somewhat anti-religious?
It's actually even simpler than that. That the life of a saint is a beautiful story.
Oh, yeah.
And it's universal. It's truly Catholic. Catholic means universal. And people realize this little girl was an amazing little girl, and her story is an amazing story. And the way she went through these events speaks to everybody. And so you have like a journalist writing a review about that's like early feminism. A little teenager standing up against like the authority of men, against their dad, against the policeman, against the priest, and standing for the truth, for what she saw. So you had interpretations that were very, very much into the secular world, but that were reflecting the beauty of the story. So I thought it was like amazing, and I like congratulated the people I met, and I told them, you know, what you guys do is amazing, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt a bit stupid, a bit like patronizing. So I added, is there anything I can do to help you guys? Let me know. I'd be very happy to help because I really like what you do. And then they called me back the following week and said, well, you live in the US, right? And the whole thing was in France during the summer. And they told me, well, we'd like to bring the show to the US. Could you help? And like that, maybe that I said yes. And then after that, I never said yes again. But I never said no.
Wow.
And they dragged me into becoming the producer. And like every time I was a step more into it, I was like reflecting on it with my wife. And I was like, shall I say no? And she was like, and then I didn't say no, but I didn't say yes.
Yeah.
And then now I am producing the musical.
And can you talk about this a little bit? That why don't we just take the musical and just bring it over? What do you have to produce to bring it from France to the U.S.? Like, what's the change?
Well, so France is on the other side of the Atlantic.
Go on.
So
I'm tracking.
Have you been to Paris, Texas?
in France, yes,
Similar or no?
very similar.
Oh, yes.
Same accent. And in France, we speak a different language.
Go on.
We don't only speak weird, we speak a very different language.
Oh.
So when you come to the US, you need to hire a new cast. You need to rewrite the songs in English.
Yeah.
You need to rewrite the whole dialogues in English. You need to produce a new stage set.
That we can
costumes.
comprehend
Exactly.
with our American
Maybe
brains.
a little less abstract, a little
the
more real.
grottos, the grottos rocks. Got it.
Bring it to an American level.
And then it's very, very challenging to bring an American audience to a French theater. So you need to find theaters in the US.
Weird, yeah.
Weird, huh? So
Fill it up.
all that is kind of a job.
Well, but what about
These
this?
things are all true.
What about this part? Is a musical, this is an honest question, so don't pick on me for a second. Is a musical in France or in French styled differently than a musical in the US?
Completely differently.
Okay.
And I think you guys touched on it. It's like, so a musical in France, it's like, in France, it's like you expect like the audience, the public to be wondering, trying to figure out to understand the story, whereas a musical in the US has to really take the audience through the story very easily. And
That sounds so pompous.
And I get it.
And yet,
well,
This is my dad.
His name is
remember?
Pierre.
he's not very happy.
I'm now at the grotto.
so I will actually give you, and it's we could actually elaborate on cultural differences between the French and Americans.
That's all we're going to do on the Friday show. We're just going to wrestle it out.
We're going to do that on Friday.
You know what wrestle means?
Yeah.
Frenchie?
you need some preparation, so let's do that on Friday. And so that's actually with the dad a very good example. In the French show, at some point towards the end, Bernadette decided that she wanted to continue to serve the poor and the sick, and so she decides to enter a convent, and she's very happy about it. And there is a scene where she's about to enter the convent, and she sings with her dad, and she basically tells her dad, why didn't you protect me about all that? And that part of the story is extremely historic. We have letters of Bernadette writing to her dad and telling him these things. And the dad sings like, I'm just a man. I did my best and I love you. And I know I screwed up all the way. And so in the French culture, a song like that speaks by itself. Because every dad is like, every dad of a teenager girl feels like that. And then every girl feels like that about her dad. Okay, so we don't need the background. And like the American audience watching the French play with English subtitles are like, but why did the dad have to apologize? He didn't do anything wrong. And you're like, okay. We're going to work on the script for you guys.
Yeah.
Because, like, you need things anchored into the story for it to make sense. But it's going to be, at the end of the day, the same sense, the same thing. But that's the way things are built.
It's almost like because our culture is so individualized, right? Like I may relate to that, but I'm not going to assume that I relate to that, right? Because I have my family, which could be different from your family. Whereas like other cultures are just like, this is how families go.
And it's deeper.
Right.
So the way I like to describe it is that in the American culture, and this is actually very beautiful, and I love America for that. Things need to be embedded. Things need to be in the flesh. Whereas we, the French, love to do the exact opposite, which is to conceptualize, to abstract. And it's not like there is not a good way and a bad way to do it. I really, really love, and it's actually very Catholic, the idea of being in the flesh.
That's why we put you at the tiniest table for 4-year-olds in order to do a podcast. We need you. We need your flesh as close as we can get it.
Yeah, I got that.
How do you say flesh in France?
La chair.
Oh, your la chair is right here at the table.
No, la chair.
La chair.
No, la chair.
No, la chair.
Sur la table.
That's just at the table.
Yeah,
I've cooked there.
Yeah. It's a high...
Sur la table. I've been there.
You're doing better, guys.
Yeah, we're getting there.
That's a fascinating difference, though, right? To be the producer, like, hey, this kind of like your job is probably pretty involved in making that transition and understanding those differences and getting that feedback. Like, that's pretty incredible.
Well, and if I can add to that, what I love too is that, so I have friends who do voiceover work, and they do what's called localization of, say, like Japanese anime cartoons and stuff, right? And they call it localization, not just translation, because it's not just strict one-to-one. Oh, they said this word, that means this, and so we translated it. What's the best phrasing?
Yeah, it's like the context of the phrasing.
And the culture, like what is the culture going to understand versus what is just the word that we switch over, which is what it sounds like you're saying, is how do we make this speak more specifically to an American audience versus what the culture assumes.
Direct
in
translation.
France.
Yeah, exactly. And when you do that, so you have an original author. It's not like a translator for sure. It's like a second author, English-speaking author, who is going to write the lyrics of the song. And it's an adaptation, definitely not a translation. And then you have the original, vision or idea of the producers, of the director, of the writer of the play, of the one who wrote the lyrics. Then you have the historic reality. Wow. Then you, of course, have like the influence of other, like the US producers who have also their own views on what's important for the play, etc. And you have to get these people to speak to each other. They're all very talented artists. I am not. That's good.
But you can help facilitate.
And one of them one day told me, be careful because there are a lot of egos in the room. And I was like, oh, don't you worry. Nobody has an ego above mine.
Are you 6'5"?
I'm 1.92 meters.
That's exactly what I said. I said the same thing you said. Everybody knows that, stupids.
That was very good, quick translation.
But I want to say this: like, your ego is not only bigger, it's taller. Like, you ego, like a hovering ego cloud.
I have a hovering ego, exactly.
Is ego a French word?
It's Latin.
He'll raise you up in ego's wings.
That's definitely what Marty Hogan was going for with those hymns.
Marty! Hey, going back to this translation adaptation, what about the actual words that we know that Bernadette spoke? Do those get adapted?
Yeah. So in the songs, you have a lot of flexibility.
Sure.
But still, the Song of the Dad comes from a letter written by Bernadette to her dad. So you still have constraints. Then on the dialogues, it becomes really, I think localization is a good way to describe it, is that you have to be extremely faithful to the historic reality. And it's not a word-to-word translation, because if Bernadette responds like in a very witty way and makes a joke or whatever, you have to translate that aspect of the conversation.
Right.
But you have to stick. It's very, very important to stick to the historic dialogue. We didn't want to touch that. So even if it's a translation, like the people who did that are like extremely talented. Like that's really like a job. Like to translate like a play is And it's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's very impressive.
Yeah, because you think about like wordplay, or if it's a witty play on words. I mean, that's only going to work. I mean, if you change all the words, you might lose some of that wordplay.
Right. Right.
Yes, I mean, if you stick to the word-to-word translation, there is a high chance you lose it. And then if you try to replace it by another wordplay, you have to be still very close to the original
historic intent,
historic dialogue. So
Seems
it's
like when you
a,
wrap up this project, you'll be able to take the BeatiDudes to France. Like that you'll be able to translate adapt the other way.
That's also what I heard.
Yeah.
we could do that. I mean, like, my services are expensive, but yes, I can do that.
Well, if you sponsor us and then we pay you, everybody's good, right?
It's just like these AI deals where I'll invest in you, then you buy my thing. And
It's perfect.
Yeah. Let's do this.
I think, can you talk a little bit about the debut of some of these songs in this musical in America? And I know that there's a premiere, like the debut coming out of the whole thing, but when did America get to first have its taste of what was to come?
Well, I just realized this is a bit late to tell you that, guys, but we could listen to 1 or 2 songs now.
On the internet?
No, now on the podcast if you want.
Yeah,
I
how do
have
we
them
do
on
it?
my phone.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe we do a pause and we
There's
figure
a
out how to
plug-in.
move it. But
I can
have
do
recording.
everything.
Okay, so maybe we do that. And so, like the first 2 songs, "Why Me," which is the one in which Bernadette takes a step back and is like, "Why is all that stuff happening to me?" And "Madame," which is a prayer of Bernadette to Our Lady towards the end of the story, where she knows Our Lady is going away and she will meet her next in heaven, and so she sings that song to her, like, remember us, and thank you for everything, etc. These 2 songs are going to be available on Spotify and other platforms in like maybe a couple of weeks or something like that. It's imminent.
Right when this comes out.
So we've recorded them, and I do have a copy. So if we can
We
figure out a way to
after the commercial break, we're going to play it. But let me ask you, y'all were on stage at the National Eucharistic Congress. That was 50,000 people listening to, I believe Madame was played there, that y'all performed that there, right?
Yeah, it's like a first development version of it.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
exactly.
Well, if that's first development, I don't know where it's going from there, because that was beautiful. It was very powerful. What kind of feedback are you getting on the initial moments of the U.S. audiences getting to see this?
So our first opportunity to get the show or extracts of the show or like early works of the show to the U.S. audience was at the Eucharistic Congress, so a bit more than a year ago. Mm-hmm. We had 40,000 people in the Lucas Oil Stadium. Like Providence gave us this opportunity to present the show there. It was like an unbelievable opportunity that really dropped from heaven. And we played with a French cast who came over like in crash mode and learned to sing in English in crash mode. It was like hilarious.
Awesome.
And they sang, and like the adaptator wrote like in a rush, like the first 6 songs. And they sang that with like a nice, synopsis of the plot. And it was, I mean, you were there. It was unbelievable to see like 40,000 people standing up.
Oh, it was powerful.
And innovation in 5 seconds, something like that. Very, very impressive. Some of the key US investors in the show were actually in the stadium at that moment, and that's the moment they made their decision. So it was like a very, very important moment to build like the coalition and momentum around the project. So we know that if we get people in front of that show, the impact is going to be fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And now you were asking about what does that mean to produce a show? Well, it's like you need to adapt the show, make it live, get the logistics, and having a cast, having theaters, etc. And then you need to fill in the theaters.
Yeah. So February, what day? February 19th in Chicago at the Athenaeum.
At the Athenaeum.
That's the U.S. premiere of Bernadette the Musical.
Yes. And the first time it will be played in English language. And then after that, we're going to New Haven, to Detroit, to Boston, to Charlotte, to Nashville, to Philadelphia, to Tampa, to Dallas.
You've got 3 red carpet tickets for us in Chicago. Is that right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
You all like full title producers, right? You signed the paperwork, and okay.
So
good.
Perfect.
I mean, like Jeff signed for you in your names.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
POA Jeff.
Yes. Don't worry about it. Guys, don't worry about it.
Okay.
The well, there's some big names in there. Kelsey Grammer was one of the first people to jump on board with
Frasier,
this.
for those unfamiliar.
How does that happen? Guy just loves Bernadette. How does this happen?
So I'm going to tell you that story, and just remember that I have 24 of these stories. So I said yes to help them bring the show to the US. So they come over to New York, they stay with me, I organize for them a few meetings. And then we're like, oh, we could organize like a screening of the French version with English subtitles at the Shin Center in New York to raise awareness and to show the piece to a larger crowd. And we organize that. I organize that basically. Mm-hmm. And on the night of the screening, you have 300 people in the Shin Center. It's overbooked, very high level of interest. And the French producer goes on stage and says, well, you know, I am the French producer. And here is Pierre, like the US producer of the show. And he never told me about it before that. And I was like, I went on stage. I like to be on stage. So I went on stage and I said, hello, everybody. Thanks for your support. And then on the way back, that's when I asked my wife, Aude, do you think I should say no? Because it's not even about saying yes now. It's like just about saying no. And then we decided I should probably not say no. And then for weeks and weeks, I was like trying to figure out what to do. I had no idea. And at some point, I was really thinking, that's not my place, right? That's all. And I discussed it with my spiritual director, Father Mark. And Father Mark is a good spiritual director. He told me, you know, I'm a priest. I'm no producer. I have no idea how to help you. But I met Kelsey Grammer in Rome 5 years ago, and I think I still have his phone number. And I'm like, who is Kelsey Grammer? I say, oh, wait. And he shows on his phone like a picture of Kelsey. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Sure. Okay.
And so we called him. And Kelsey, on the spot, we called him. And Kelsey picked up the phone and said, hey, Father Mark, how are you? Good to hear from you. And then I sent him a link of the French version. And then I chased him for 5-6 weeks. And I eventually pinned him down in Atlantic City for a breakfast meeting at 11 a.m. That's Hollywood. And we sat down with a few of his friends. And he took my hand and he said, okay, let's talk business 5 minutes and then we can have a good time. What do you need from me? And I was, well, Kelsey, would you want to produce this with me? And he said, yes. Okay, now let's order. Let's order breakfast. And then I was like, I spent the whole day with Kelsey and his friend and doing stuff in Atlantic City, like meetings, like it was really a fun day. And then towards the end of the day, I was like, maybe he didn't get what I said, or what I said is not what I meant.
It was so easy.
And so like at 4 p.m. I was like, well, Kelsey, I'm going to head back home now, but like, just to be clear, you're going to invest in the show. And he was like, yes. And so Kelsey is not Catholic, but he's extremely spiritual, very Christian. He was raised Christian Scientist. And he's had like a very, very tough life. He's had a very, very difficult experience. He lost in a very dramatic way his sister. And basically, Bernadette spoke to his heart instantly. And he described it as like she's beautiful because she's like the allegory of faith in the face of condemnation, of courage in the face of condemnation, of being steadfast. And that's the attitude of faith, and it's beautiful. And so that's how it worked. So it's like, you know, I don't know what to do. I'm going to speak to my spiritual director, and the whole thing is sorted.
You know, it's interesting because you talk about like, am I even the right person for this? You know, almost like the feeling of being an imposter. And I've since now read the Song of Bernadette, and she had no right being an authority or a public figure. She was actually not even a smart kid. Her teachers were not even nice to her because there was no way this lowly little kind of peasant girl was going to be the one that Mary was speaking to. So she was the condescending nature that people, you know, spoke to her with. And so she had no right being who she is. And I love that she just kept doing it without looking back. I'm sure that none of us can comprehend that level of abandonment to where you're supposed to go next, but she just kept going. And she was witty, like you said.
Yeah. And I mean, we have her on record saying, well, I'm not stupid. I know why she chose me. Because she knew she was the poorest, the most stupid, the less educated.
Yeah.
Well,
and she said, I know why she chose me. I'm not stupid. It's beautiful.
Wow.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Their family was so poor, right, that her father had to basically send her to be a shepherdess in a neighboring town because he couldn't afford to feed her.
To feed her, yeah. And she was expensive to feed because she was allergic to corn. And so she had to be fed with flour and bread, which was like the expensive food.
I want people to know her. I want people to, and you can know her this way, but it's amazing. Like, people thought that her family was just trying to make money off of this, like, rouge, that there's some vision until people would experience it or have their own miracles, or all of a sudden she starts digging in the dirt and a spring pops up where everybody thought it was impossible. Like, this isn't an incredible story, but it's one of those where you talk about Kelsey Grammer having this like instantaneous connection to Our Lady, or to Bernadette. That's what my wife experienced over 2 years ago. She just had this moment. And she took that moment and was just like, she loved it. She hoped that someday she would be in Lourdes. And then all this stuff happened with my son and with brain cancer and all those battles. And then the Knights of Malta took Benny and Amanda to Lourdes. And she's like, this was all planned for me. I was supposed to be here with Benny. And so we've been all in 100% with you ever since the day I met you. So it works.
That's a beautiful story. And so, I've always played with this, like, very few Catholics know what Catholic means. And it means universal. And like the definition of Catholic in the Catechism is like the church is a Catholic church because it's like the twice universal church, which is a church of everybody that speaks to everybody, and because it is a church of all the truth, of universal truth. So all the truth is in the church, and the church is for everybody. And then we always say, well, I am Catholic. And I'm like, no, you're not Catholic. Everybody is Catholic. Okay, it's like, no, you don't get it. And so this story of Kelsey is like, so I was at Cipriani in New York. Kelsey invited me for lunch there. And so, as you can imagine, we were at the most visible, best table. And we were talking about the show, and he was taking me through all the things we should rework, like, for instance, like the introducing the song of the dad, etc. And at some point, and he said, oh, and there is a moment like you have to keep, it's very important. And then he takes his glasses off, and then he starts crying, and he said, oh, that's when she says like immaculate. I don't know what it means, but it's so beautiful. And you're like, this is Catholic. This is Catholic. He doesn't understand what it means, but he cries repeating the words, basically. It's beautiful. It's very, very beautiful.
That gives me chills.
Yeah, same.
I love this. We're going to play, for sure, Madame, maybe we're going to play both songs. I don't know. Where's God going to take this show with us? My question for you, first of all, how do people go and start following this right now? Like, let's just give out that website real quick.
Yeah, so the website is BernadetteTheMusical.com.
.fe.
Nope,
not for French.
No.
Okay, just .com.
.com.
Yeah, and I just did that so people remember this.
Yeah. France is FR and not FE.
Yeah, not for me.
So BernadetteTheMusical.com, and you get on our website. You get all the information on like the tour dates, when tickets becomes available.
I want to share something with people. There's people in town that got to watch. We were supposed to have an event at my house, and Benny gets brain cancer, so we postponed it and ended up having it down the street at Rob Hayes' house. But we watched the subtitled version of the French musical on film because we didn't invite all those people to come in town.
Sure.
And what's funny is I've told people like, you should get involved with this. This is super cool. And they're like, oh, I already saw the movie. I'm like, no, it's not a movie. It's a musical. So if you're watching this and you're my friend, it's a musical. It happens in front of you.
Live people.
People are in front of you on a stage singing out of their mouth.
And it's much better.
Yo, yeah. You can go to a movie anytime you want at your house, Netflix. This is a musical. It's going to change your world, dudes. Sorry, I'm very aggressive.
You're making a very important point.
Thank you. I feel really good about it.
Playbills.
You go to mass.
Get dressed up. And
Yeah, you go to mass. Keep going with this. Yes.
Mass doesn't work on a screen, right?
Yeah.
There are things that need to be in the flesh.
Yeah, there's no such thing as online church. There's a spiritual communion if you're stuck at home.
Yeah.
But there's no such thing as online church.
No, there is not at all. And the spiritual communion is like something like when you face like an extremely challenging situation,
right.
but
Correct.
you can't replace. If you can consume more and more stuff on Netflix, and very high quality stuff, and there will be continue to be very high quality movies and things like that. But a live entertainment, a live show, a live experience is going to touch you 100 times more than a Netflix movie. So if you've liked the movie, you have to go and watch the musical live and travel for that if needed. I mean, we will eventually come to every town in this country, I hope. But don't underestimate the power of a live experience. And if you want, to evangelize around you, if you want to share your faith without proselytism, we all know that inviting friends to mass is a challenge, but inviting them to a musical is very easy.
Yeah.
And this is going to touch their hearts. And it's much better than inviting them to watch a movie at home or anything like that. So, like the deeper reason why, the deeper aim of this initiative that I didn't choose and I just didn't say no, I turned that into a test bench to see if we can bring back live entertainment stronger into our communities, into our culture, and if we can use that to better shine in the world. So to me, this musical is the opportunity for the church to get together around something that is very positive, very noble, something that has like triggered very positive critics and commentaries amongst like very secular people, and give us an opportunity to share our faith in a very positive way.
Well, in the timing, right? I mean, in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination, and people are curious and searching and thinking about going back to church, and maybe they just need a little bit of prompting after experiencing something like this, where they're like, holy cow, what did I just feel, right? You don't really feel anything sitting on your couch.
It's different.
Yeah. Except for laziness, maybe.
Yeah, right. A full stomach and that kind of regret.
Yeah, when your Super Bowl controversy's over, come meet us in Chicago for Bernadette The Musical.
That's right.
.com. We're going to .com you for a second here with a game before we go to a break and then play one of the songs from the musical, but Nick's going to set this up for you. And I know you've never seen our show, so buckle up.
So buckle up. We play a game. This is an improv game called Blessed Are the Joke Makers, for they shall inherit the points. Good news for you. You get to be the judge, so you don't have to play. You can just judge us in our attempts.
How hard is that for a French guy?
To win. You should feel very at home judging us.
His eyes after you said that.
You silly Americans.
I don't want to get into trouble, so Jeff won.
All right, for being our celebrity guest judge.
Okay, so as you said, live experiences are important. So this is all live right now, live at the time of recording. So we all have to become a character that is on this character card and answer a prompt on the Catholic card game card as this character. And you just get to decide which one you enjoyed the most. And that's...
Thank you.
You can't preempt it.
Yes, you can. You absolutely can.
You could.
You could. I am the judge. I do whatever I want.
When
Okay.
the spirit moves you, you do whatever you say.
But when you hear my performance, maybe
listen to
you will be
them butcher
reconsidering.
the beautiful lingua franca.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. So the character we have to become is, as an entitled millennial, if you don't laugh at blank, it's just sad.
That's hard. This is a hard one. Nick's ready. Go.
When my friends ask me if I can speak French, I say, yes, of course. French fries, French toast. And if you don't laugh at that, it's just sad.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I told my mama that since I mowed the lawn 2 times last summer that she ought to get me a Ferrari. And I went ahead and I named it Le Bay Forte. It's the Green Fairy.
And if you don't laugh at that, it's just sad.
Thank you. Yes. He's going to win. Actually, I'm going to win, but you're going to do better.
Go ahead, Seattle. I'm listening. That's right. If you're having trouble just laughing at yourself, really, if you think about it, sometimes life throws curveballs at you and, well, if you can't laugh at that, that's just sad. Isn't that right, Roz?
I never watched that show
Frasier.
once, but I love this.
Yeah,
I love that
that's
you went
great.
there.
That's great.
You have to give out some points.
Who wins?
Okay, so the judge said Jeff won, but we appealed, of course.
We appeal?
We appealed. And the judge of appeals said no. So what's his name again? Nick, Paul, Jeff? Paul won.
Yeah!
The Kelsey Grammer.
It was actually worth it.
Yeah,
Kelsey
so
Grammer was
good.
good.
Thank
Kelsey
you.
Grammer was
When
good.
you do 270 episodes next to these guys, you can feel when somebody has something good brewing, and I could feel this weird brewing coming out of you.
Thank you for that.
Comedy Brew.
Comedy Brew.
Hey, for being our celebrity guest judge, you're going to get socks. Why do they have confirmation? Hold on, let's get a different one. I think you've already been there. We're going to reach into the gab bag of socks here. And you are actually getting, these are some of my very favorite, St. Augustine socks, the great orator. So he was also, pretty wild as a child. So those are from sockreligious.com.
You can wear those
Thank
anytime
you.
you go to confession.
That's right, the confessions.
Yep.
All right. And for the rest of you, go to a lot of different websites that are listed down below.
Verso Jobs.
And
That's one of them.
yep. And we will see you right after this break. Nick, when it comes to investing, I just feel like money and morality don't always line up. What's the answer?
Often that's the case, but our friends at Aquinas Wealth Advisors have a really great solution. It's called the Faith and Finance Score. You go on their website and you put in your info. They tell you where you're invested and where it doesn't actually line up with where you want to be.
So you mean I don't just have to funnel money towards a retirement fund where I don't know what it's investing in?
That's right, you don't. And you don't even have to give up or sacrifice returns. You can get both.
So just get on the computer, bing, and I type in the website.
AquinasWealth.com. It takes longer to type than it does to get your faith and finance score.
Thanks, guys. Great job, Nick.
You betcha.
Hi, it's Paul Kolker from the BeatiDudes here, and I just wanted to share with you guys that I also, outside of the show, perform improv comedy on a regular basis with a group called Divine Comedy. So what we do is we come up with everything on the spot, so whether you're looking for faith-filled, fun, family-friendly comedy for your youth night, or whether you're looking for clean comedy for your corporate event, Divine Comedy can perform for your group and even get you in on the action. So if you'd like to hire us to come out and perform for your next event, check out DivineComedyImprov.com. Divine Comedy, an inferno of fun.
You know what I think is hard about starting a business? Healthcare, for crying out loud. It's expensive. It's intimidating. At the end of the day, you're probably paying for stuff you don't even agree with. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
I knew you could. So what we did is we started working with Solidarity Health Share. Totally different. These folks are aligned with us morally and ethically. And even the structure from a cost perspective works for us as we're launching businesses, as we're growing our families. And I don't know if you know this, but a couple times my kids went to the hospital in the last 2 years.
They sure have.
Yours? But Solidarity has walked with us through all of it, including some crazy stuff for Benny Pro, my little boy. So all of this to say, I would encourage anybody out there thinking about their own business, their own needs, check out Solidarity Health Share for a better alternative to regular healthcare. So check out learnmore.solidarityhealthshare.org/BeatiDudes.
Stop what you're doing and listen to the BeatiDudes.
Actually, you should just listen to this song.
I'm not special at all. I was born without fear of ever being someone. So tell me, why am I here? The only thing that I know is what it takes to be poor. So why choose me? It's the life I live. So why choose me? I have nothing to give. Why choose me? It's so hard to see. All I ever would need is the earth and the sky and the air that I breathe. What's the reason, the why? So I'm asking it now. Tell me, what is it for? So why choose me? It's the life I live. So why choose me? I have nothing to give. So why choose me? It's so hard to see. For I am but a girl with a simple tale I can share. I have never asked for more than this. I just see me here, all alone somewhere. I'm in a place I never thought that I would be. With my hands I pray, Lord will show the way. So why me? It's the life I live. So why me? I have nothing to give. So why me? It's so hard to see. You guide my hand and make me a voice. I'm humbled to know that you had a choice. I'm no one at all. It's simple but true. So tell me, what use can I be to you? 'Cause you chose me, and it's the life I live. You chose me when I have nothing to give. You chose me. It's so hard to see. Why me?
Rewind and listen to that again.
They're all crying.
Brother,
That's powerful.
that's
So I had
so,
priests.
so good.
I had priest cry on this one. The
Yeah.
why me speaks to the priest.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, that special calling.
Why me? Beautiful. I feel like that sometimes. Why me?
Sure.
Amen.
Sure. I don't even know what to say. Like, I loved all the sounds before, but obviously the first versions of this were thrown together for just getting on some stages. This is unbelievable.
And the work to get, so that's a French actress, Emma, singing it,
yeah.
to get her to sing in English like that with that power, like this belting,
Yeah.
has been an amazing experience. And like rewriting the song and improving it and bringing up to the standards of Broadway that are way, way higher than the standards.
I got to meet her
France.
at the YCP conference where she performed and the others performed a little bit, and like she does not really speak English, right? Like
Yeah.
like she does, but it's
She's listening to you and she's like, she doesn't like what you say. And she got it. And she got it.
yeah, like that's amazing. Like you can tell she's worked hard,
And
to
she'll be
get,
on the
like-
tour. Emma will
And
be on
she
the
will
tour.
be on the tour, yeah.
Yeah, that's
She's
awesome.
a lot in the...
Wow.
She's a lot about the success of the show, I think, in France. She's a lot in the way people receive the show in the feedback we get from US audience, from like the Eucharistic Congress, from Kelsey, from many more people, that she's like a keystone of the show.
Is the show still running in France? And is she stepping away from that and you're already backfilling her there or what?
No, the show, like France is not a big enough a market for a show to keep going. So it's paused in France for the moment, and she will probably at some point go back and play it again.
Well, unless we convince her that this is the place to live forever and just tour around doing this.
Point.
Yeah, we can work on that.
Yeah, we can work on that.
Some charm.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to buy cowboy boots that day. I was trying to send her off.
That's right.
Good luck. I don't
Get
know
some Texas things.
Yeah.
I didn't mean she doesn't speak English. She's not fluent. It's like clearly not her first language.
That's okay. That's okay, Nick. That's okay.
I know. I didn't read it in a... Yeah.
Well, y'all...
you won't be invited in the VIP room during the intermission.
Come on. Way to go, Nick.
Way to go, buddy. You know, I have this view of like wrapping up this show because I think on Friday, if we start off and allow everybody to hear the second song on the Friday show.
That sounds like a plan.
And then you speak in French and I'll explain to the guys what you're saying. And you can interview them and I'll just be your translator.
That'll work perfectly.
Very good.
That will not work, but that's okay.
It's going to feel viral.
Like a sickness?
Yeah, diseases also feel viral.
Says the coughing man.
Yeah. I know what viral feels like.
Yeah. Living it.
Yeah. Bernadette The Musical. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's we hope that show goes viral. So
that's right.
Yeah, make sure to go to BernadetteTheMusical.com.
Yes.
No .fe, which is not even how you...
A thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're sitting in front of your computer and
Jeff
you're
knows
like...
all the things that don't exist as in the URLs.
If you're sitting in front of your computer and you're like listening to this, or you're on your phone and you're listening to this, and you're like, why me? Why should I go to the website? Just think about what Bernadette did.
It's the life you live.
Yeah. Go, because
you were chosen for this
website. And are people still allowed to give money?
Yes. It's more than giving money. Actually, we give everybody the opportunity to invest in the show.
Yeah.
So if you go to the website and you click on the invest button on the front page,
then from there it turns into very legal stuff because we have to make sure you're a qualified investor. We got nothing else to say on here because I don't want to get in any trouble. I don't know. Am I allowed to? Actually, we need your money. Give us millions.
The good thing I didn't tell Jeff at the time is that you can invest as little as $200 and you get a free ticket.
It's a good thing you didn't tell Jeff that.
I'm trying to figure out which one of my kids. I'm trying to figure out which one of my kids doesn't deserve a private education.
I mean, that's basically.
And Jeff invested $500,000 and doesn't even get a free ticket.
You put some other zeros on there? I clicked the $50. No.
Anyway, so you can invest at any level and down to basically like the price of an expensive ticket. I would say $200.
I was like, $200, that's the cost of a ticket.
And so that's the cost of the ticket. You get the ticket, and as the show becomes the next Les Mis, you get like a profit share.
Can organizations invest in this? Is it set up in a structure where organizations or family offices can invest?
Yes.
So the BeatiDudes can own part of Bernadette?
Easily.
The Bernadette dudes.
The BeatiDudes.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think we're going somewhere. Well, maybe something like that will happen. If one of you will sponsor us to sponsor them, we can own a piece of Bernadette and you can be the part of the puzzle that made that happen. Congratulations.
But if we don't get the legal framework right, please don't Subarus us.
Subaru. Yes.
I just got you.
I think Paul is funny.
He is a homie drôle.
He's the homme drôle and not drôle.
Homme drôle. I put up on the board so that Pierre would remember everybody that we have a businessman and a funny man. So he would know who Nick and Paul were when he looked up there. But I did it in French because that's how hospitable we are here. We had that French hospitality and we spit in your general direction.
Thank you, Monty Python.
Yep. Okay. No, please. We want your big money too. And I really did invest in this and it was like a no-brainer. You had me at Kelsey and I was like, I'm in. And you said Grammer. And I was like, I'm double in. But no, this is truly a calling. I think if people get a chance to experience this, they're going to be moved. And we're going to move on to the Friday episode after this and move you with an amazing song that we've heard live. I can't wait to hear this kind of final version that's been recorded. So for all of you, we're going to see you at the Grottos of Life And for the rest of you, we will
See you in the Eucharist.
God bless you.
Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to join us at our undersized table, subscribe to the video version of the show on YouTube by typing @ that's the symbol @ so shift and 2 on your keyboard, @ the _ BeatiDudes on YouTube. We'll see you there.